Hello, my dears. Welcome to the AmethystLady Cast, where we talk gaming, esports, and all things for your gaming lifestyle. I am your favorite purple lady, AmethystLady
Bedtimebuddy.
I hope everyone had a fantastic week.
I am fired up, ready to unleash.
Oh my goodness. And that you are ready for this new one. This is our 4th episode, and we are going to discuss all sorts of interesting things that have occurred during the week. So grab your beverage of choice and prepare for quite a few topics coming your way. Okay, so we're gonna pick up with you, sir, and the last cast because you were supposed to watch the Death Stranding gameplay. I take it you watched it?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I am actually lost. I have no idea. I have no idea what the heck I watched. Some stuff with the baby, and he was looking at the baby, and he's like, I can't save my baby. And I'm like, what is going on? I didn't see. I don't know if I watched the wrong gameplay. I'm pretty sure I watched the right stuff. I ain't see no guns bucking, although there was a different gameplay that had some guns bucking. I ain't see no guns bucking. I ain't see no espionage. I ain't see no menu screens, no level up system. Where was the gameplay?
I mean, it's definitely a very different game, in my opinion.
This ain't gonna be a heavy rain.
No, but it seems to me like, for one, it looks like it's gonna be a very streamer-friendly game.
Because you could talk to your people.
Because you can talk to your
while
people.
Walking.
Doing a whole bunch of
walking.
Weird things.
Walking.
Well, it's not just walking though. It's not just walking. I can also use the bathroom on the grass. But for real, here. I think the allure of wanting to know, what this world is about, and it's so out the box and out there. I think people are gonna love watching streamers' reactions to it. Not to mention, the game itself seems kind of fun to play, in my opinion. If you like that sort of, I don't know what's gonna happen next, but this world is completely not something I'm used to. Like this in Metal Gear Solid, or in Metal Gear the series, period. You know that pretty much you're a military someone, so you're gonna be putting them to sleep. You're gonna have your CQC. You're gonna have your guns. You're gonna have your missions, your infiltrations. And this, it's kind of like, what am I supposed to suspect? Like, I have a baby strapped to me.
Right.
Or it might be a baby, but the baby somehow is a dead baby. But it's also a living baby that is strapped to me somehow.
That's what you got? You got that it was a dead baby?
Well, the thing is that there were also the character introductions from Gamescom. And he introduced 2 new characters while he was there. This was like the opening night show that they did.
Was it the woman and the scientist dude?
Yeah.
Okay. But the scientist dude said that it was a baby that was separated from its, what did he call it? Mechanical something, or mechanical, whatever he said. But he was telling the Norman Reedus character, I can't remember his name. Was his name Sam or something like that? He was telling the Norman Reedus character not to get too attached to the baby, because they don't typically, they're supposed to be viewed as tools that enable them to do or see certain things or whatever the case. So I don't know. And then the woman, she was talking about how the baby was hers or something.
Yeah, it's like her baby, but the baby was born in the other world. And the way it was described is that her baby was born in the other world, but she couldn't move from that particular location.
Yeah.
or I guess she would lose the baby. So I don't know. It's super weird, but it seems like it would be super interesting to play. Granted, I don't really like scary stuff, and I know it has some scary looking elements to it from what I saw of like previous trailers.
I don't think the game is gonna be scary. If you're the type that you play, I know you didn't, Nintendo games or whatever, but if you're the type that will play like a Metroid Prime and then see Ridley or like some big boss and then get scared, then maybe you'll find it scary. But I don't think this game is gonna try to scare you per se. I do believe it'll like build up suspense, and then there will be instances where you'll react as a person, like as a human. But I don't think the game is gonna objectively try to scare you. I don't think that's gonna be one of the focuses of the game. I think it's gonna be strongly built around exploration, going and finding things. Although there is a fear that it'll be too much about like delivering things. So you know how like when you play Shenmue and you like much of the progression of the game is about like grabbing something from one point and delivering it somewhere else, or taking it from one person to another person. Because they haven't shown too much gameplay, people are afraid that you're just gonna be a delivery man, and you're gonna be in this big empty world all the time, just running around and walking. And that's what they've shown a lot of. They've shown a lot of walking.
Well, I feel like if they show too much, then you're going to get too much of what the game is supposed to be, where a lot of things are just supposed to be unknown until you actually play it. That's the impression I get.
But how do you drive home that casual purchase? People that like Kojima stuff are going to buy it.
Right, of course.
People that like Metal Gear are going to buy it.
Of course.
How do you get somebody's mom who's doing holiday shopping to follow through with purchasing the game if when they ask that retail person, hey, can you tell me about this game? And he says, or he or she says, the main character has a baby and they walk around a bunch and they climb ladders. And actually, we don't know too much about the game, so we just know that it has Norman Reedus. Okay, what more do you need? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so how is that going to be enough to drive that purchase? Meanwhile, you're looking at the preview window to your right on the monitor, the display monitor, and you're seeing like Gears of War, and they like running and taking cover, throwing grenades, blowing stuff up, doing barrel rolls. They still got crazy storyline, all this stuff, online multiplayer. Oh yeah, my kid love online multiplayer. They play that game. What's it called? Overwatch, something like that. Yeah. They play that game all the time. Oh yeah, this game just like Overwatch, 5-on-5. You get in there with your boys, you're going crazy, like, and then you have Norman Reedus.
Well, as a former GameStop employee myself, many moons ago, I can tell you that usually for games they give you something, or I don't know if they still do it, but they used to give you something that gives you like a brief synopsis of what the game is about, so you have some talking points that you can convince people to get the sale with.
What's going to be the talking points? Norman Reedus, Kojima, and Metal Gear creators.
I mean, okay, so...
And Baby.
Alright, so there's a man with a fabricated something or another. I mean, you don't want to tell a man's running around with a baby and he uses the baby to fight crime, because that's gonna be like, what are you talking about?
Oh my god. It's just Norman Reedus is trying to protect the baby, and he's trying to, I don't know, he's in a world by himself. He's trying to protect the baby. Look, there is no slick marketing, because they haven't marketed to us in a slick way. It's all been very covert and mysterious, and it looks like the story may be very interesting, but do you need to play it? And if you don't need to play it, then how are they going to make money if people are having this thought that I think I can get this game, I think I can get the gist of this game without playing it?
Okay.
I would rather watch someone play it than run around and spend 20 hours running and 10 hours watching and 5 hours fighting.
Okay, but all the same, doesn't that make for a good stream game? Because if people are more so wanting to watch it, then it's a pretty good stream game in my opinion.
I would say my prediction for this game is that it will get a certified Bedtimebuddy bedtime stream game of choice. Meaning it will help you fall asleep.
Oh no, see, you're discrediting the fact that when the game comes out, the description of what the game, like a summary of what the game is about without spoiling, is gonna be on the box.
I need NPCs. I need what's going on in the menu screens.
There are NPCs.
I need a villain that I hate. I need a leveling system of some sort. If not, I need to know what's the process of me making weapons, finding weapons, buying weapons, whatever the case. How much do I need to preserve my ammunition? I need to know who's my rival, if any.
It sounds like you just want so much of the game spoiled for you so you can actually play.
I need to know why I want to buy this game, other than Norman Reedus and Kojima.
Okay, then here. Because Kojima said when he visited Gamescom that they were in crunch time right now.
Yeah.
So, more than likely we're going to get something. This game comes out when? I think it comes out in...
I want to say
next month, but I'm not sure.
I don't know, it's a September release. I'm thinking that it releases closer to Halloween, but
I can hold on. Okay, so it comes out November 8th.
Okay.
November 8th. All right.
So just after Halloween.
Okay. So
I already got a 5-star rating on Google. Come on. It already has a 5-star rating on Google.
Okay, look. There are some people who know that this is going to be an awesome release.
I'm looking forward to the game. I like Norman Reedus.
Okay.
I like Kojima.
Okay.
I don't like playing Metal Gear, but I really like the story. I'm going to be looking for someone to watch play this game. That's just me, though.
Okay, all right.
There's people that like guns and all that flipper flapper way more than I do. So I understand that it should be popular with a lot of people.
All right.
I'm really looking forward to finding out what the story is about while sidestepping the 20 plus hours of walking around.
Okay. I mean, that's perfectly fair. Perfectly fair.
I am hoping that I'm wrong about this big empty space thing, because my thoughts would be, if you wanted a big sandbox with stuff to do in it, then you might as well be playing Breath of the Wild. And if you're not playing Breath of the Wild and you're playing like something like this instead, and you never played Breath of the Wild, I'll say you really need to play Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, but like if you're bringing that up, then what's your beef with a game that might have, you know, these big open spaces for a purpose? Like maybe you're supposed to feel like you're traveling and it's supposed to feel taxing, so you get some sort of attachment.
Look. In Ocarina of Time, you could take these long voyages across Hyrule Plains and all this stuff, and you got the time of day is changing, and it changes the monsters that come out, so on and so forth. But nowadays, we're in the time of quick travel, save points, etc. The new age gamer doesn't want this long walk, you know? So if that game is trying to bring back the long walk, they're in for a surprise. People are not going to like that long walk for the whole game. They're going to want some fast travel, a vehicle, an aircraft, a hang glider, a boat, something to be able to get from point A to point B. So a train, something. They might walk it one time, maybe twice, but if they got to walk it a third time and it's empty, I'm trying to tell you, man, like the only game that's been able to get away with that is Fortnite, and that's because you had this bubble constantly closing on you and you don't know where someone's going to attack you from. And that's a game where when you die, you just respawn a new game right away. No problem. 1, 2, 3, you're right back in a whole nother match. A game like this that's like story based, if you die, you're probably going to go back to your most previous save point. Man, God forbid you have to walk across like open empty plains and something can snipe you. Excuse me. God forbid that can happen, because that is just gonna be so not fun to take this long voyage across empty plains, and then someone in the mountains can just snipe you.
I mean, we'll just have to see. We'll really just have to see how it goes, and hopefully we'll get more information. I have all the faith in the world that we are.
Yeah.
And hopefully something piques your interest even more so that maybe eventually you'll even want to play the game. But if not, I mean, you'll probably end up watching your girl like play the game. So
hey, that's fine by me. I just watch you play Fire Emblem all the time. I watch you play that too.
Hey. But all right. So next, let's talk about this Kombat pack controversy.
Kombat Paco.
So pretty much, Joker's in the Kombat pack, right?
Right.
However, there was some footage, screenshots, leakage, if you will, of the fact that Ash Williams was supposed to be in this Kombat pack. And if you don't know what we're referring to, I mean, there was some visuals circulating around that had pretty much, there's a pop-up that will appear every so often when they want to promote something on the game.
Yeah.
The pop-up for the Kombat pack pretty much said the names of the characters, but instead of Joker, for a little while it said Ash Williams. Now, a lot of people were wondering, you know, what the hell, pretty much. And, you know, it's a pretty glaring, it's pretty obvious that he was supposed to be in this Kombat pack.
Yeah.
Like, that's not something that you mess up on and just don't notice or expect no one to notice, or like, you know, that they were trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
It was obvious. And, you know, the Joker coming out, people were trying to say, oh, well, there's a Joker movie coming out, but the Joker movie comes out in October.
Right, so there's no cross promotion there like there is with the Terminator.
No, because Joker for Kombat Pack doesn't even come out until very late January 2020.
You know, people are sleeping on the fact that could be promoting the DVD release.
Possibly, but
it's still a bad excuse. But
it's still a really bad excuse.
I'm just trying to throw him a bone. Yeah, this outrage with Ash Williams. It's, you know, look, people wanted what they saw, and NRS knew what the people wanted. But I think it's one of those clear situations where the politics behind the scenes might have kicked in, and NRS / WB had to do something that they had full control over in order to cover up for it. I mean, we're talking about, you want to talk about bad business practice, like having people pay for something in advance. Granted, they never confirmed what they were going to have in it.
True.
But they did definitely sell you a certain number of characters. So if Ash Williams got unconfirmed and they instead said, we're gonna slot this over to season 2, and they gave you one less character, that's bad business practice to give you nothing.
You're right.
So they had to kind of come up with something in the clutch and be like, all right, what do we have full control over that we could put in this slot for now while we either finish resolving that dispute, or maybe it got to a point where it could not be resolved anymore, you know? So who knows if we'll see Ash Williams. And
True.
I think that for me, the game is dope enough to where this shouldn't be a make or break. But there's always that fan that is just either doesn't feel like they have a character in the game yet, or they have a character that they believe is going to be in the game, and this will make the game for them, regardless of if the character is strong or weak. They would just enjoy playing this character so much, especially if it's an underrepresented character that's not in other games. like Ash Williams, then that will completely change the experience for that person. So I think that NRS knows what they're missing out on here and how much they're disappointing their fans. But I think that they can't do anything about it, or else they would have. And it's kind of up to the fans to decide, like, will they stand by NRS throughout this situation? Do they need NRS to be more transparent about what the situation is? And is it NRS's responsibility to say anything to the fans? They weren't marketed Ash Williams. The whole Ash Williams thing was a leak, and it's a leak for a reason. It's unconfirmed. So with that, the fans can only feel so entitled to expecting Ash Williams to have come out.
Okay, so here's my issue with that. When they did their whole announcement,
right,
of people who were gonna be in the trailer, when they just had the names, they didn't even have like all the character models.
Yeah,
you heard something that's reminiscent of the Joker toward the end, and you heard a chainsaw.
Yeah.
So how, as a fan, are you supposed to feel when it's like, all right, I guessed this person correctly? Because just about everyone guessed that was going to be that person.
Ash Williams, yeah. What if they would have brought back Jason?
I mean, if they brought back Jason, then that still at least is something that can be upheld with what they were trying to, unsuccessfully, I might add, preview or hint at. There you go.
Well, what I'm saying is it more acceptable that they didn't try to BS you and be like, we got you, we was talking about Jason all along, versus give you something that's completely different, so that way you kind of know, even if they can't talk about it, maybe there's contractual reasons why they can't talk about it, but they give you something that's so different that you kind of know, like, oh, something must have came up, so I gotta chill and let them resolve that, because that's business. You know what I'm saying? Either way, no amount of complaining is going to bring you Ash Williams. Unless it's like a surprise from NRS. They're going to just be like, bing, there you go. Y'all ain't see this coming, did y'all?
I mean, that's true, because, I mean, no amount of hype could bring Arnold to actually voice his character either. But, I mean...
Ooh, another point of contention.
Yeah, no. I guess it's just one of those things where it's que sera, sera. You gotta just go with it.
Look, man, I seen videos confirming that it was Arnold. I seen videos unconfirming that it was Arnold. I seen videos saying that it was never gonna be Arnold because of some stuff that was posted on social media, and it looks like the end of the day is not gonna be Arnold.
No, like, it has been officially confirmed that it will not be him doing his voice.
Jeez.
It will not be him. However, here's the light at the end of the tunnel. Keith David will be the one doing the voice of Spawn. He confirmed that today.
It's cool.
So that's pretty cool.
He been waiting for some work, though, to be fair. He wants some work.
Hey, you know what? He is A-okay with me. He does, like, awesome voice work. So
True. Did he do the voice work for was it Soul Calibur 2?
Ooh.
Xbox?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I have to look that up.
Homework.
If anyone knows in the comments, let us know. Like, let us know the answer to that. But
no Googling. Don't be cheating, y'all. If you don't know, right? You don't know. And then Google it afterwards.
But otherwise, yeah, we're gonna let's also, another thing that content creators have been having difficulty with, particularly on YouTube. So Dimitri Vegas.
Oh man, Mr.
You know that skin that everyone got?
Yeah.
And you know, as content creators, it's really cool to showcase things that are in the skin, the voice lines, and all that.
Games, new announcements, new skins, new everything.
Might want to watch that, because unfortunately, YouTube content creators are getting copyright strikes.
Yep.
Seems like if you use his likeness in any way, shape, or form, you're gonna get a strike. No warning, an actual strike against your channel. So that is, oh man, that's so harsh.
And they're supposedly doing an investigation to determine like why is this happening.
Yeah, like I know that. You know, on Twitter, they immediately will at you. So, there were a few NRS higher ups that were definitely made aware of this, and they gave their pledge that they're investigating.
But we can't do nothing about the fatal blows and the crushing blows. We're just gonna act like that doesn't exist. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, when they did the Kombat pack announcement, there wasn't any footage or anything. So at least that was able. They were helping out content creators with that, but it's gonna be very difficult. I mean,
we're paying enough attention to the content creators, just enough for y'all to be able to continue to struggle.
Oh man,
just enough for you to be able to be criticized for cutting out your fatal and crushing blow.
Oh man, like. Look, at the end of the day, especially if you create content for a living, you have to protect your bag.
Protect the bag.
You have to. And things like this being, getting copyright strikes for using something that's in the game on your videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to pretty much already dodge a minefield.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, like, to be more sympathetic to those who... maybe you like doing things yourself, and you also realize that there's a way to be efficient without hiring someone else. So
not to mention, the color filters haven't been working for everybody.
Not for everyone. Like, I'm still getting, there's still been mentions of Max's color filter working for him, but, I have no issue with people who just decide to cut out what is going to get their stuff demonetized. There's no shame in that, and you shouldn't be shamed for doing that. Granted, at the end of the day, your creativity is supposed to come out in the content you create, but it's really freaking horrible that your creativity would have to go towards something that's going to make it easy to try to cut something out or, pretty up something that shouldn't have to be your issue to deal with in the first place of being demonetized, i.e. the fatal blows. They're in the game.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of, like things on YouTube that are violent, but it's like, NRS is getting NRS creators are getting a cruddy end of the stick. But long story short, if you decide whatever method you decide to use to protect your monetization on your channel, whether you decide to go ahead and hire someone to make something for you because you don't have the time or the skills to do it yourself, which that's kind of weird on YouTube, but hey, it is whatever. That's my opinion. Or whether you decide to just completely cut it out because it's more efficient for you and there's no, it's foolproof. Whatever you decide to do to protect your bag, that's what matters. Like, it's either you do this or you get demonetized, and demonetization is very real, especially with Mortal Kombat 11 stuff. So that's my 2 cents. But just for those content creators who thought about using that Dimitri Vegas Sub-Zero skin, beware. Just don't even use it until they figure out what. Not in your content.
Watch your back. He in them bushes waiting to gank you. You thought you were safe coming back to lane, posting a new video? Nope. Frozen, decapitated, spinal out.
Oh man, they gonna slide you that copyright strike.
Yeah.
Oh.
He Dimitri gonna slide Sub-Zero style into your YouTube and hit you with the copyright strike.
Oh, it's awful. Speaking of another thing with Mortal Kombat, The new Kombat League season started today. Guess why I'm not especially happy about it?
No katana stuff.
No, there is. Which you would think I would be happy.
Okay. No new netcode. Oh wait, that's the difference. Wrong.
Wrong game. Wrong game. The fabled netcode. You might have the same game even still, but anyway. So there's a Kitana skin.
Is it Elder God?
No. Pretty much the skins that they're offering. You know they're Revenant skins.
Yeah.
All they're doing is making them human. So,
does it make any Revenant skin that you choose become human?
No. So there's Luke. I believe I saw Kitana, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and I can't remember the other person, but it's like...
Is it like Jax or something? I forget who else was on the Revenant.
I forget, but it's pretty much, yeah, you know that person that, you know, you wanted to not be a Revenant and have their skin while they are a Revenant? Well, now all it is they're human. So I'm like, this feels kind of lazy to me.
See, you never liked the Revenant skins.
Well, I might not. Here's the thing. If I had the choice between human and Revenant, I would pick human every time. But the Revenant skins are cool to a degree, depending on which ones you use.
Yeah.
But my thing is that, all right. And I had a little bit of a discussion earlier in my stream about this. If you're going to put behind, you know, ranks and such, these fabled skins or items that people are gonna want, particularly some of the people that care the most about these are the casual players.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna force them to have to play in a ranked environment, which I've had several people in my stream say, I don't like Kombat League and I don't play it because I don't want to play ranked. I'm a casual player. That's like pretty much all I want to do. So if you're gonna lock those behind that, especially knowing that there are people out there where it's not their thing to do the whole competitive thing, then at least make the skins like, you could even do like a poll or something. Say, we have these ideas for skins, which ones do you like? Or a lot of the character art that you get, that people, when you open those chests in the crypt, then it's like, oh, well, I don't want this, I want something for my character. Why don't you still make them of use and have a poll where it's like, okay, so we're gonna do skins for these characters this season. However, we need people to vote on their favorite skin, and we'll actually make it and put it in game.
A vote. I don't know.
Like, you want to talk about having that rapport with your community, and the community getting to decide something that actually affects the game, to the point where, you know, people went crazy over that friggin' Young Justice skin. Absolutely crazy.
The thing is that the Kombat League doesn't impact every character at the same time.
True.
So the voting could result in some characters being like reintroduced into the Kombat League rewards. Not to mention, I'm also under the impression that the rewards are determined a good bit in advance due to some of the data mining. So by the time, my belief is that by the time they rolled out Kombat League overall, they already had at least like 6 or so reward packages already determined and fleshed out. So maybe that's an idea they can explore in the future, but as of right now, it seems like what we're getting is already set in stone.
I mean, let me put it this way. There's been many things that we thought were set in stone that has been proven not to be. So, like, let's be real. How hard is it to actually revise things? You want to talk about giving people an actual surprise. How about that? Like, how about you do something that the data mining can't expect?
Look, you're gonna have to not be bitter about this Ash Williams for a little bit, and let NRS do what they do, or else you're gonna end up with Kage, followed by 6 to 8 months of radio silence, followed by the most devastating leak of all time.
Oh, well,
so take your pick.
Well, that's not happening because, you know, Spawn isn't coming out till next year. So you want to talk about that longevity.
Well, there you go. You're going to have Spawn followed by radio silence. Right, keep poking the bear if you want to. And Boone already is getting around to the Harada levels.
Oh,
when it comes to people asking him for characters. You seen that tweet. I don't want to hear that nonsense no more.
Oh, man. That is so funny. Oh my goodness. Well, here, before we do continue down the rabbit hole, we're going to run some quick promos.
Pudomo.
So first, follow the AmethystLady Cast Twitter at AmethystLady Cast to keep up with the show, as well as other happenings in the fighting game community, esports, and gaming. Also, make sure you follow your hosts. I am AmethystLady. On Twitter, it is at Miss AmethystLady, MS AmethystLady, as well as subscribe to this channel and make sure you click that bell. I am a creative entrepreneur who has also been a gamer for many years, and I also love the fighting game community, which I have been an active part of for many years as well. Also, follow Bedtime Buddy. On Twitter, it is at BedtimeBuddy07, and subscribe and click the bell for his YouTube channel. He has been gaming for many years, which also includes being a part of the fighting game community as a competitor. Next, check out the Collective Esports organization. If you want to know more about TCAL, definitely check out the website. It is at www.thecollectiveesports.org. We've got some of your favorite people in the FGC, such as Sour Piggy, Biddy6K, Commander, and many, many more. Mm-hmm. And finally, if you want to support the AmethystLady Cast and my other content creating ventures for gaming and the fighting game community, please take a look at my Patreon at www.patreon.com/AmethystKingdom. All of these links will be in the video description. Thank you so much for your support. We do it for you. We love y'all. Thank you so much.
Insert yet to be achieved or acquired, get to the bag, branding, advertisement here.
Yep.
So the DMs is open.
They're definitely open. Thank you so much for the support. Contact information is definitely in the description as well. Alright, so next, let's go ahead and touch on the Capcom Fighters Code of Conduct Statement. So I noticed this was getting a little bit of buzz. Apparently, and I don't know all of the details, but apparently there were some questionable things that were said by some players that have participated in the Pro Tour. So I'm gonna read you the response that Capcom has made. So it pretty much reads as follows. We have been made aware of comments made by Chris T and Brent on social media that some have interpreted as threats of physical violence.
Oh boy.
Capcom is not in a position to determine what was intended by these comments. However, we reiterate that any such threats would violate the Street Fighter Code of Conduct and will not be tolerated in our community.
So you can't be a road warrior in real life?
Apparently not.
If so, you need to go find Dana White and try to work out a deal to join the UFC.
Apparently. The only show you should be doing are the ones that Ono prompts you to do at EVO.
Wow. No anti-errors.
Nope, none of those. But For real, a lot of people were on the Twitterverse were bothered by the statement issued because it didn't seem to. I guess for them, it didn't seem to carry that same energy of we want to protect everyone.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people saw whatever they said as threats, and they pretty much said in the statement that Capcom cannot determine what was intended by the comments.
What were they actually trying to like pull up on somebody and scrap, or was it something else?
I don't know. I didn't see the actual statement, unfortunately, so I can't indefinitely report on what was said.
Dang man, Ultra David gonna have his hands full. So what he had Flo hitting him up, and now he about to have Chris T and Brent hitting him up for defamation.
Oh goodness. Well, Capcom with this is taking a very hands-off approach, is what it appears to be from people who are displeased.
Okay.
So it just doesn't seem like it's in the best interest of anyone who is threatened, especially through social media, or feels threatened, that Capcom has their back. A lot of people were saying that, the statement ain't it. They need to come up with something better. The hands-off approach is not it. When you're running a tour like that.
Yeah.
So, we'll just have to see what comes of it. But
so are they gonna like come and get me for my Octagon and hashtag Octagon in 2017? So we have found footage of Bedtimebuddy and A4 Arena hashtag Octagon. We're not sure all what was going on here, but it seemed to be some type of horseplay. We do not condone this level of physicality. If this is the type of stuff that you want, then go to KT the Shooter's YouTube channel and watch his guns down, hands up stuff. But as far as our Capcom Pro Tour, this is not accepted. This is not acceptable. We are not all Balrogs, and any engagement of any kind will be strictly prohibited.
Dude, I don't even know, but we'll see if there's any sort of official follow-up from them in the future. It doesn't seem like there's gonna be, but we'll just have to see. I just wanted to let people know I'm gonna be eyeballing that pretty closely, because the nature of their response did, in my opinion, seem very hands-off.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be interesting to see if there's any other incidents like this that happen on social media, and if they're actually going to take a more solid stance on it.
Yeah.
One way or the other. So I'll keep my ear to the ground, and definitely if you end up seeing anything, and this is with any news, go ahead and tag us on Twitter. You can use the hashtag as well, hashtag AmethystLady Cast. We will see it.
I also wonder if they would have kept that same energy if it was like John Smith and Helter Skelter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like are Chris T and Brent being used as an example here, because they, though, are not Justins and Tokitos, but they're still like reputable, recognizable. Yeah, so
like I said, I'll keep my ear to the ground. We'll definitely see. Going from one tour to another, some good news. Every Red Bull Conquest, which that tour has just started, I do recall getting some time to watch parts of the Orlando Conquest. But every Red Bull Conquest is a part of the 2019 Tekken World Tour. So I thought that was really cool. Definitely Tekken is stepping up even more so to be, a great example of how, in my opinion, tours should be done.
Yeah.
Allowing many people and many locales to get their points and compete. So I thought that was really cool. just a little side note, you know. I thought that was really, really cool to mention. Alright, so let's go with some other Twitterverse news. This kind of hurts. This next one kind of hurts. So Spider-Man is gone from the MCU.
Is this like a permanent thing, or?
This was actually confirmed from multiple sources, even the actor himself.
But it's irreparable? Like, there is no going back?
There's no going back.
No degree of paperwork can fix this.
Sony and Disney could not reach new terms to co-produce, so it's done. And the main actor said that he would not go back anyway.
Oof.
So yeah, it's done. It hurts. It hurts so bad. Like,
good thing the last Avengers movie already came out and got done with.
Yeah, as well as Far From Home.
It must have been part of the contract.
It had to have been. Like, but that's still so rough. And it's like, I'm thinking the best case scenario at this point is maybe someone else does a Spider-Man movie, and you know he's in that. But
it would have to be Sony. It would have to be a Sony movie. It wouldn't have the same pizzazz.
Right. Yep.
They're just gonna make video games or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel bad.
What's worse is that the storyline played out in a way that kind of put Spider-Man in the main scene in a way. So what happens in the next phase of MCU stuff?
We'll just have to see.
Spider-Man's just gonna not be there. Like, he's just gonna be a void. Are they gonna kill him off? Are they gonna send him to another dimension? Like,
well, I mean, I think we all know how it feels when they kill him off. It is not a good feeling. So,
right.
But at this point, since there's no going back, I don't know what they're gonna do. But we'll see. Maybe what was impossible is actually possible, and they'll come up with something. I mean, we don't know, but I did want to at least touch on that because, you know, that really hurts my heart.
ladies, pour out some wine for Spider-Man.
Oh my goodness.
Gentlemen, pour out some beer.
Yep.
AmethystLady people, pull out some tea. Pour out some tea. And, yeah.
Oh, man.
We lost one.
Yeah, we lost a homie. But on the flip side, guess what we are regaining?
What's that?
The Matrix. There's another Matrix movie that is going to be coming out.
With Keanu?
With Keanu and Trinity.
And Mr. Smith?
I don't know.
How could Smith come back? Then they say that as long as there's a Matrix, there will always be a Smith.
I think so. Like, wasn't he? He was a virus.
Or
so
did he kill Smith? Like, did he kill Smith?
I don't know if he completely eradicated the virus, but because Smith just he went from being like a program to a virus.
I see. Man, the Matrix so long ago. I have no hope of remembering the story threads. But
Neo and Trinity have been confirmed. They will be coming back.
Didn't Neo become the Master?
Yes.
I'm lost. I have to watch the movies again, and
I have the trilogy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch. We're gonna have to watch the movies again and see, because I thought he became the Master, or he became the whole Matrix or something.
I thought he became the Matrix.
Maybe
too.
they can cross over and do some more of the real world stuff, because the real world. Or did they already cross? I gotta watch the movies again. I gotta watch the movies again.
Yeah, we'll just have to.
I just don't know if you could do another Matrix without Smith.
Well, we'll have to see.
You might be able to get me for 2. You might be able to get me to pay for 2 tickets if you do one movie building up Smith again, and then the next movie taking him down.
Well, see, you like the villains anyway.
I don't need a new villain. Just give me Smith. Give me Smith. Make him as strong as Neo was at the end of 3. Let them fight like Dragon Ball Z again, and then let Smith win.
What?
Yeah.
No.
End of the movie. Smith, 1 foot on Neo's chest.
Oh my gosh. What a villain. Anyway. So, one other thing I really want to touch up on. So, the Shenmue trailer. They showed footage. There's more footage out there. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, so we'll follow up on that the next cast.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna give my opinion. Graphically, it looks like Shenmue 3 didn't come out decades later.
Oh, so they're hitting us with Dreamcast graphics.
It looks so similar.
So they took all that money, went and grabbed the old Shenmue shell and said, let's just throw a storyline around this thing right here.
Dude, I feel like I'm super young again. Like, but you know what? For me, I'm okay with that because at least they're staying true to how they want it to look.
How many Popeye spicy chicken sandwiches did they buy with all that daggone money that they got from the fans?
Oh, about that. And this is like a super side note. So Popeyes has an official statement that they are completely out of the chicken sandwich.
Worldwide.
No more.
It's gone.
It's gone.
For how long?
See, people asked that on that Twitter post that they posted. And yes, this is the verified Popeyes chicken account. It has the check mark. They said sooner than later.
So they don't know.
They're officially Popeyes is out of chicken sandwiches.
Look, I would rather them take their time and restock the chicken at a natural pace than to rush people, overwork people, slay extra chickens, like whatever it is. Like, I would rather them take their time and do it right. The last thing y'all want is like meat byproducts.
No, like that would hurt my soul.
Yes.
That would absolutely hurt.
Or for the chicken to get smaller, but the breading to get bigger.
That's true. That would hurt my soul too.
Yup. You're gonna get a chicken nugget in between two slices of bread with their special sauce and
didn't it have pickles?
So a couple pickles and some fried breading about the size of a bacalao frito. That's what y'all gonna get.
Oh my god. Oh no.
That's what y'all gonna get if y'all keep pressing them. Y'all better take y'all behinds over to Chick-fil-A.
Hey, Chick-fil-A said they never run out of chicken sandwiches.
Look.
What?
Whatever you do, don't buy Popeye's chicken from Quavo for the inflated price.
Oh no.
That's about as bad as buying Gamer Girl bathwater.
Isn't he was selling them for like $1,000?
$1,000.
Oh my god.
He said we got that.
Oh goodness.
I do got one more topic if you want to go on it.
Go ahead.
So the Street Fighter League drama is not ended.
What?
The saga continues.
What now?
Oh, so you don't know about it?
I don't know about that.
All right, so it's gonna be AmethystLady's first time hearing about this malarkey. So, as you know, Street Fighter League, they picked the top 4 placers according to who was voted, so on and so forth, right? So, Guilty had the top spot. Guilty has been sent to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
So, you would think that it's the next man up.
Right.
The next man up was Amizi. Amizi was the 5th placed most voted person amongst all the voting for Street Fighter League. But
what?
They skipped over Amizi and they sent Arturo.
What?
And Eli the Curry went crazy on Twitter.
Are you? Why
so
did they
now,
skip him?
Hands up.
Oh no.
Hands up. Got no idea. Amizi literally said on Twitter, ain't nobody hit him up. No email. No call. They ain't sent a stork to his window. Nothing.
No carrier pigeon. No nothing.
Nothing.
Oh my god.
Nothing. So
ooh, y'all got some splaining to do.
Yeah, some splaining. So all the people right now on Twitter are like, yo, Street Fighter League, like, what is this?
Oh boy.
And they're talking about how, once again, because Amizi's Midwest, so they're like, y'all going right back to this whole East Coast, West Coast gets all the opportunities and so on and so forth. So,
ooh man, keep your ear to the ground on that.
The Street Fighter League drama continues.
Oh my goodness.
How does Art feel about all this? Is it like one of those? Is it one of those? I'm the benefactor, so we good. Or is it one of those? You know what? Yeah, you know he right. You know what I mean, let me step back and let him get his shine.
Ooh, we're just gonna have to see. I definitely am gonna try to pay closer attention to that too. There's been so much going on, not just in fighting game community, but in gaming. But definitely gonna try to stay a bit more plugged in. I didn't know about that, but you know what? I have you too. So,
yeah.
You know, teamwork makes the dream work.
Make the dream work.
But definitely, like I was saying before, if you all notice something, feel free to tag us on Twitter. You can just do the @ right on that post. We will see it. And with that being said, let's get into our weekly question segment. Last week, we asked the community, how do you feel about Google Stadia? Do you think it's going to be a success or a flop?
Yeah.
So, actually in my Discord, which you can join as well, the link is down in the description.
Bingo.
I received some responses. So from Daddy Lils, they say, I've already heard negative stuff about it, like lag along with input lag.
Oh, that's that lagu sauce, man. That's what I was talking about.
It's definitely flopping if it stays in its current form. Mako Materia said that bleep is gonna be a flop. I heard you're gonna need a really bad bleep internet speed to run it decently.
Hey, you could say ass on like TV, so.
Okay, all right. You know what? Say a really badass internet speed.
I won't let you slide on that name. I need you to repronounce that Mako Materia properly. You know what I'm saying? I can't be a Final Fantasy.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Mako. What?
Mako Materia.
There we go.
Kimbusu said the controller looks basic, even chalky.
Dang.
I have never
heard a chalky controller
of a controller being described as chalky.
Oh man.
So I don't even know what to think about this, but you know what? I'm still gonna buy into the fact that I think it's gonna go. I think it'll be good.
All right, man.
Hopefully it's not a flop.
Go ahead and go down with that shit, Captain. They ain't gonna send you a Stadia to review. It's not gonna happen.
Oh.
You keep on chilling if you want to.
Alright, and you know what? This week's weekly question, I wanted to do something a little more community driven.
Okay.
So, who are your favorite streamers that are also a part of the fighting game community? Let us know. Definitely let us know who they are. I want to hear what you say.
Oh, we did have one that we never presented to them a few weeks ago that we were debating about. It was, I don't remember if it was top 5 or top 3 male.
Hold on. We'll do that the next time.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully, we'll be able to put that next. We are going to do that one.
Okay.
We're going to do that one at some point.
Okay.
But for now, I want to do something.
See, delaying the inevitable, y'all. Delaying the inevitable.
I want to do something that involves the community a bit. So definitely let us know. We want to know what you think. So once again, you can tag on Twitter at AmethystLady Cast or use the hashtag AmethystLady Cast so we can see your thoughts.
Or tag us the streamers so we can check them out.
Yep, you can tag us the streamers. You can also...
Mr. Streamer.
Mr. Streamer. You can also join my Discord and put your thoughts in the AmethystLady Cast channel. Your answer might be included in the next show. We might shout you out. So, if anything, mention your homie, mention yourself.
Be a day one.
Hey, by all means. But with that being said, this marks another week in the books. This cast will be out Wednesdays from now on. Switching things up a little bit.
Switch out the tempo, switch it out. Switch out the tempo.
But trust me, it works out better. So with that being said, I am AmethystLady.
And your main Shkadoodle bedtime Shmamoodle.
Check the links in the description and check the pinned comment. Thank you so much for listening, my dears. Until next time, bye.